Your eyes can open in seconds, your brain can't. Every morning, millions of people assume the moment they silence the alarm, they're fully awake. But biologically, that's impossible. Your brain doesn't switch on like a light bulb. It boots up like an operating system, bringing one network online after another. The strange feeling of staring at your coffee, forgetting simple tasks, or reading the same sentence 3 times isn't laziness. It's a built-in startup sequence that has protected the human brain for thousands of years. Today, we're going to walk through that sequence, minute by minute, and discover why understanding it could completely change the way you begin every morning. Startup Phase 1. Pressing the power button. Imagine your brain as the world's most advanced computer. Every night, it doesn't simply shut down, it enters a different operating mode. Memory is reorganized, hormones fluctuate, neural networks communicate in patterns that almost never appear during the day. Then your alarm rings. Your eyes open almost instantly. But opening your eyes is only the equivalent of pressing the power button. The display turns on. The operating system has barely started. Light enters your retina and immediately begins sending signals deep into your brain. Those signals tell your internal clock that morning has arrived, but receiving the message and acting on the message are 2 different things. Some parts of your brain react quickly, others continue behaving as if they are still asleep. This temporary mismatch has a name: sleep inertia. Think of sleep inertia as the loading screen between sleep and full consciousness. Just because you can see the world doesn't mean your brain is ready to understand it. Startup Phase 2. The city waking up. Most people picture the brain as a single machine. It isn't. It's more like a massive city. At night, the city never completely shuts down. Hospitals continue operating. Maintenance crews repair roads. Security systems remain active. Electricity still flows. Morning doesn't begin with every building opening at once. Streetlights fade. Traffic increases. Subway lines begin running. Office lights switch on one floor at a time. Your brain behaves remarkably similarly. Networks involved in basic alertness often recover before the networks responsible for planning, judgment, attention, and complex decision-making. That explains one of the strangest experiences almost everyone has had. You can walk into the kitchen, you can pour coffee, you can even answer someone talking to you. But ask yourself to solve a complicated problem immediately after waking. Everything feels slower. The city has power. Rush hour hasn't started yet. Startup Phase 3. Why your brain feels broken. Have you ever read the same paragraph 4 times? Forgotten why you opened the refrigerator? Looked for your phone while it was already in your hand? During sleep inertia, these moments become much more common. Your memory systems aren't fully synchronized. Your attention drifts more easily. Your reaction time slows. This doesn't mean your brain is malfunctioning. It means different networks are waking up at different speeds. Imagine trying to run a company where accounting arrives at 8, engineering arrives at 8:30, management arrives at 9, and customer support arrives at 9:15. The lights are on. The building is open, but the company cannot perform at full capacity until everyone has arrived. Your brain is no different. Startup Phase 4. The deepest interruption. Not every alarm feels equally painful. Some mornings you wake up surprisingly refreshed. Other mornings you feel as though someone pulled you out of another universe. The difference often depends on where your brain was when you were awakened. Sleep isn't one continuous state. Throughout the night, your brain cycles through different stages. Some are lighter, others are deeper. If the alarm interrupts deep sleep, your brain has much farther to travel before reaching full alertness. Imagine stopping a movie after the opening credits. Restarting it is easy. Now imagine stopping the movie during the most complicated action scene. Finding your place again takes much longer. Deep sleep works in a similar way. The deeper the brain is immersed in restorative activity, the more dramatic the transition back into wakefulness can feel. Startup Phase 5. Your internal clock. Here's something even more fascinating. Your brain doesn't only care about how long you slept. It also cares when you woke up. Hidden inside your brain is an internal biological clock that coordinates countless daily rhythms: body temperature, hormone release, alertness, digestion, energy production. All of them follow predictable cycles. Now imagine forcing an orchestra to begin playing while half of the musicians still believe the concert starts an hour later. That's what happens when your alarm conflicts with your internal timing. This is one reason two people can sleep the exact same number of hours and wake up feeling completely different. One person's internal clock expected morning. The other's expected another hour of sleep. The clock on your wall measures time. Your biology measures timing. Those are not always the same thing. Startup phase 6. The biggest mistakes after waking. Now let's talk about something most people accidentally do that makes the startup sequence even slower. Imagine trying to boot your computer while constantly unplugging the power cable. That's what an inconsistent morning routine feels like to your brain. Remaining in a dark room after waking delays the transition toward daytime alertness. Changing your wake-up time every day forces your biological clock to guess when morning actually begins, immediately flooding your brain with endless notifications, emails, and social media demands, asks your highest thinking networks to perform before they've fully initialized. It's like asking an orchestra to perform before everyone has finished tuning their instruments. The result isn't better productivity, it's noise. Your brain prefers consistency over intensity. Small, predictable signals repeated every morning are often more helpful than dramatic morning hacks. Startup Phase 7, the Startup Accelerator. So how do you help your brain complete its startup sequence? Not by forcing it, by cooperating with it. Think about how you treat any sophisticated machine. You don't slam every button the instant it powers on. You allow the system to initialize. Your brain deserves the same patience. Open the curtains and let natural light reach your eyes. Move your body gently instead of remaining completely still. Maintain a reasonably consistent wake-up time across the week whenever possible. Give yourself a few minutes before expecting peak concentration. These actions don't magically eliminate sleep inertia. They simply provide your biological operating system with the signals it naturally expects. Instead of fighting biology, you're working with it. Startup Phase 8. Why evolution built it this way? At first glance, sleep inertia seems like a flaw. Why wouldn't evolution design a brain that wakes instantly? Because speed isn't always safer. An operating system that loads gradually protects important processes from abrupt transitions. Your brain spends the night reorganizing memories, restoring energy balance, and coordinating countless biological functions. Jumping instantly from deep sleep into maximum alertness may not be the safest way to protect those processes. Instead, evolution chose a controlled transition. One network, then another, until the entire system is stable again. The loading screen exists for a reason. Startup Phase 9. Looking at mornings differently. Tomorrow morning, pay attention to what happens during the first 20 minutes after you open your eyes. Notice how your thoughts gradually become clearer. Notice how decisions become easier. Notice how your attention slowly sharpens. Nothing magical happened. Your operating system simply finished loading. For years, many people have blamed themselves for feeling slow every morning. They called themselves lazy, unmotivated, not a morning person. But biology tells a different story. Your eyes wake up first. Your brain follows. One network at a time. The next time you open your eyes before your mind feels fully awake, remember this. The screen is already on. The operating system is still loading. And that's exactly how your brain was designed to work.